What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hoagies and Pierogis Pods. It's your boy, Hammy. I'm going to start referring to myself to Hammy because I do it on my own podcast. So this is Hammy, and it's Dick over there. Dick,
Hey,
Hammy and
Ian
Dick.
Dick, Ian Dick. No, Hammy's just your alter ego right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
The cowboy hat and the sunglasses.
Howdy, ma'am. Don't look at my hair under that. It's ridiculous. The glasses will probably, and maybe the hat. I might have to go switch the hat because the hair looks ridiculous. But it's a look, and
It
I
it
love
makes
it.
me want to bring out the jacket, the '80s jacket that I brought to IUP a couple times. I just need a good pair of sunglasses to go with it like that.
No, I can't do the glasses. I just can't do them. It's so dark. Oh my God. We'll just keep them on the head. All right, so we'll
That was
start with
good.
first thing.
What
If any,
happened?
so if anyone didn't see it, I decided to do my own hot dog eating contest on
You
Wednesday night.
followed through with it.
I did. So I'll tell the backstory again. Welcome to your weekly segment of me talking about Barstool. It was a show that Barstool does every day, and they did a hot dog eating contest, but it was casual dogs. You had an hour, like it's not shoving your face with hot dogs. It's you have an hour to do as many dogs as you can, just casually. You have to talk and just eat regular dog. So I decided to do it by myself, and I live streamed it on my Twitter, and I like implemented my own like self riff rule because it was just me. So I told a couple stories that I told in my other podcasts and maybe even here, and I was doing good. I was almost talking too much at first, and it was going solid. I got to 9 hot dogs, and after 9, like things really took a turn for the worse. Things really went downhill for me. Like I should have kept the hot dogs hot, and like the taste of hot dogs just got so gross and disgusting. I started I started taking bites of hot dogs like pills. I broke down the hot dogs as tiny as I could. Like I started separating dog and bun at around like 10 hot dogs. I take the hot dog out of the bun and I'm like taking little bits and I'm doing it and then just taking a drink of water like I'm taking a fucking medicine.
Just eat the bun, eat the bun. Just take one bite of the 12th one.
Yeah, so I was on a Twitter space too for the people that knew about this. And I was like, guys, I just finished 11. Like, what would you count if I just did the bun? Because the bun was easier at that point because the taste of the hot dog just got so gross. Um, and I took one bite of it, and it's clipped on my Twitter. A guy on Twitter who does a lot of stuff. He clipped it for me, and it was the end. And I took a bite, and you can see me like chew a little bit, and I literally go, "Uh-oh," and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, not good." And I just yak all in my trap.
Mutiny Stoolie Barstool.
Yeah, I was in the spaces, and I had no time to like mute myself, and I said. And then my alarm went off, so I guess it kicked me out or whatever. And I said, "Mute me, Stoolie Club." Like the guy that like leaves the spaces. I'm like, just mute me. No, I'm throwing the fuck this. Putting the glasses back on. This is way better. And I was just like, yeah, it was awful, and I was scared about how much it was gonna hurt. Like I didn't want to throw up because like if you ever like throw up soon, like not too far after eating like pasta or rice, it hurts. Like it's not. But I think I just
Oh
drank so
yeah,
much
stomach all
water.
bloated. Like
And I well, just like the feeling in your throat, like it just doesn't come out real easy. And I just drank so much water, and I was just afraid how much it would hurt throwing up hot dogs and buns. But it just came out so easily because I had water, and I was using mints. I had Altoids. I was just eating Altoids to just change the taste in my mouth.
with
And
no water would be like pushing Play-Doh out of a tube.
yeah, it was not good. But I managed to tie that. If anyone knows Frank the Tank, I managed to tie him. Uh, But yeah, I don't know why I did it. I think max
I
during
don't
my
know.
live, I had 14 at the most. I had 14 people, and that was for like 3 seconds.
Well,
So
that's okay. We got more viewers than that on the first episode, I know.
I'm all for the content. You know what? I'm a slave to the content at this point. Uh, this has nothing to do with the prolapse anus story, and we might even have to push this back
Well, that's
another.
okay. Well, I saw the actually I didn't get the tune in. I was at dinner for the hot dog eating competition.
That's all right.
And I saw the description in the itinerary. I said, "Oh God, what happened?" I wake up the next morning, 5:15 a.m. Just scrolling through Twitter. I see the clip, and I was like, "Oh no!" I started giggling like crazy. My coworker was like, "Dude, it is so early. What are you laughing at?" And I straight
My
up told him,
podcast co-host
"My
is
buddy threw up
puking
on the
hot
12th
dogs.
hot dog."
No, the prolapse anus story has nothing to do with myself. I told it on the live stream, and I told it in episode 3 of my own podcast. Another shameless plug. I won't do it anymore after this. I promise.
It's okay.
Uh,
Plug your own shit. It's all right.
yeah, episode. I think it's episode 3 or 4. Hammy's Wild Ranch. It was a summer job that I had, and there was a llama with a prolapsed anus, and it just happened to die the next day. And there was. It's a bit of a longer, not much longer story, but that's the gist of it. That I walked out,
RJ,
saw this llama.
that can't just be a coincidence. Who fucked that llama?
Why would you say that? I didn't fuck the llama. That llama didn't like me. That llama fucking sliced my toe when we were trying to shear it and clip it. It was hot in the summer. We're trying to clip it. Don't put this shit on me. 6 animals died while I was there, and none of them were my fault.
Oh, that's way too many for it to be a coincidence. What did you do?
5 of them may have, or 4 of them may have been animals I was not fond of, but it had nothing to do with me. I'm deathly afraid of turkeys, and the turkey may or may not have died within the first week of me being there. Foxes got to the turkey, and then the roosters, they were bitches to me, and they died like the week after they were mean to me and attacked me.
So it sounds like they made enemies of you, and then they were gone the next week.
But I didn't do it. It was just God helping me out. Anyone who's, whatever the cross is, I haven't been to church in a while.
RJ, do you have someone
I have
talking to you
divine powers.
sometimes?
I have divine powers.
Maybe someone telling you to do something?
I'm basically
Occasionally, not all the time, but occasionally. Maybe around animals, huh?
I'm I may or may not have referred to myself as the next Messiah.
You ever taken a bat to a bird?
No,
You
no, no.
psycho.
I've never fully harmed a bird. I'm losing a
Fully? What does that mean?
I've never taken the fight to the birds. The birds have always taken the fight to me. I have a fear of birds, and the birds have. I'm in a losing battle right now, a losing war.
PETA.
Speaking of PETA, actually, that can go into another thing real quick later. We talked about Glue Girl last week. Now we've got Chain Girl. There's a girl who chained herself to the net at Timberwolves game again.
Whoa.
They
Chains
hate
and
this
whips excite me. No, come on.
So that's a little preview for the NBA. But yeah, that's just I had a wild time at that farm that I was at for the summer. So
Wow.
yeah, there's plenty more stories to go with that. So we talked about how much I was mad at the Capitals last weekend, and man, did they get a fat karma sandwich. I don't know if you saw me continuously tweeting at them and quote tweeting all their tweets.
I didn't, but did they get them cheeks clapped back?
I think, I don't know if it was the next game or 2 games later, they lost to the Maple Leafs like 7-3, and they were tweeting final scores, and I was quote tweeting the Maple Leafs. That's Poppy. And I was like, "You deserve it, you motherfuckers! Like, that's what you get for shitting on a team who's already out and dead." I was so mean to them. Like some people who like kind of follow me on Twitter and like see my tweets, they're like, "Dude, what is your issue with the Capitals?" And I'm like, "I have a personal vendetta against them at this point." Ooh. And yeah, it was just very nice to see them get to karma. What comes around goes around, and they got that shit. I was very happy.
What comes around goes around. Some JT. Getting some JT out of this Friday. I'm feeling fucking wavy on this Friday. I think it's the post 420 like afterglow,
Afterglow? Oh.
Yeah, the afterglow. I've been hacking up shit since Wednesday.
I did nothing. I had to work, and Poppy, with it. I'm literally right here. I'm sorry. I take her collar off for this recording, people, so you don't hear her jingling around. I haven't been able to be around a lot lately, so she missed me. So this is just a disclaimer. I'm sorry, but she's cute. So fuck off if you don't want it.
No meows.
Look,
Meow.
look at her. She's adorable.
Aww.
She
She's
likes to
trying to
play.
climb on your hat.
So you're gonna deal with Poppy being in my arms for a little bit because she's being a needy little biatch. Uh, so I think I texted you about this, but we mentioned, was it last week we talked about the winning time, the Lakers series, the Lakers HBO show?
Yeah, when you said you've been watching it
Yes,
and you
it's
caught up.
great.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
awesome. And it's still awesome, obviously. Everyone who isn't watching it definitely needs to watch it. But so I've got an issue. So I think it was Jerry West. I thought it was Jerry Buss. I think I texted you that it was Jerry Buss that was upset about it.
You told me it was
Is he
Jerry
dead?
West. No, you told me it was
Uh,
Jerry West.
is Jerry Buss dead?
I would assume so. This happened, in the 60s, and he's how old in the
The
show?
60s? This is literally about the 80s Lakers. What are you talking
I
about?
mean, the seven or it. Well, I mean,
Jeannie Buss is old as fuck, so I
when
don't,
does it
I might
start?
fuck it up.
Let's look
Starts
up
in the
Jerry
80s.
Buss.
Let's look him up.
Jerry Buss, American businessman. Let's
Dead?
see here. Oh yeah, 2013.
Okay, so he's been dead for a while. Okay, so I fucked it up. I texted you Jerry West, but I think I meant to say Jerry Buss. But either way, fuck off. It's a
Well,
show.
how would Jerry Buss be mad about it?
That's why I said when I texted. So I clearly got it wrong from the beginning. But even then, even with Jerry West, Jerry Buss, like I think Jerry Buss is great. I think his John C. Reilly's depiction of him in that show. I feel like he's a baller. He's like,
Well,
I've got no fucking money, but I'm figuring this shit out. My mom's
yeah,
got
no.
like brain cancer, but we're figuring this shit out.
Is it Jeannie Buss is the one that's mad about the portrayal or what?
No, it's Jerry West. It's Jerry West is the one that's mad about it, which I
Okay.
kind of get.
Oh, okay.
And I
Well, yeah, he's like the one. He's like the sad sack that doesn't want to do anything in the beginning, and now he's being a snitch, trying to get the coach fired because he's like, "God damn it, Jerry, they can't do it." Yeah, but I mean, he's right. But
well, I remember looking it up, and because they have guy with the mustache. What's his fucking name?
I'm just here scouting. Pat Riley.
Pat Riley. I thought Pat Riley was the coach for all this, but Pat Riley, what was he? He won multiple championships with someone, or is he just?
Well, I looked up the Wikipedia. The Wikipedia kind of gives away the timeline a little bit.
Well, yeah, because
So I
I thought
mean,
Pat Riley was the coach for all those championships, but it said McKinney or McKinley, whatever his name is. I love the show, and I'm already forgetting people's fucking names.
yeah, Jack McKinney.
Jack McKinney, and then he was the coach for that year, and then this Paul
Well,
Westhead,
well, hold
Westhead.
on. Do you
Well, that's
want?
also crazy.
I mean, you could just literally look this up on Wikipedia because it already happened. But do you want me
Yeah.
to spoil it for you?
Well, yeah, Paul Westhead takes over for the next couple of years. I already spoiled it in like the first
No,
episode.
no. Pat Riley takes over in the playoffs this year, in the same year.
I looked
So
up Lakers
so
coaches, and
so
Westhead's the
later in
coach
the
for the next
show,
couple of years.
I don't think so.
You might have a moment of silence because we're looking this shit up. Because I
I'm
was
pretty
sober when I looked this up, by the way.
I'm pretty sure that Pat Riley takes over during the playoffs.
Lakers head coaches. Give me the
In 1980, he won
coaches.
with the Lakers. Let's see here.
What is this
Initially
shit?
became interim head coach after McKinney was hospitalized due to a serious bicycle accident. Yeah. We all know that. The Lakers won the 1980 NBA Finals in Westhead's first year as coach.
Okay, so they didn't win. Wait,
Oh, okay. The team lost in the next year in the
with
playoffs.
Westhead?
And then, oh, wait. Oh, there might be multiple seasons of Showtime.
They won the championship with Westhead. Because okay, so McKinney, as far as Wikipedia is telling me, McKinney started. They
Oh yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong.
They played 14 games. Okay. I don't know what I was looking at before. So Westhead,
Me neither.
yes. So they won the championship that first year, which
Yeah, they. I knew that happened. I knew that happened, but I thought Pat Riley took over in the same
but
year.
they didn't
But it
win the next
was,
year.
yeah, it was.
So they won the first year, which I thought so. Which it's not really a spoiler because it's literally like
I
history
mean,
at
yeah, it's
this point.
literally history, but like,
Like how can
but
you
if you
spoil
don't
history?
know, then
And I
like,
didn't. I really didn't. I
I didn't
thought
either.
even before I did think that they won that first year, but I wasn't sure. Um, but yeah, I love Jason Segel as Paul Westhead. I think I don't know if that's
I do
how,
as well.
but I love just Jason Segel. I was a big How I Met Your Mother fan, and he was great in that. Marshall was perfect, and he's just great in everything that he does. I love Jason Segel. We are. I don't know about you, but I think I'm gonna ready to declare this podcast a Jason Segel stan podcast.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Oh, you know what we forgot?
What?
We love Reagan.
You know what? We love Reagan.
You made me
I think
nervous
you're
right
right.
there. I thought you
I
were
think you're
gonna.
right. I think you're
Uh,
right. You know
uh,
what? I think you're right.
Ian, by the way, save the date, September 23rd, 2023. You're invited, by the way. Breaking news.
Oh, my man. Let's go.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, open bar.
Oh shit.
Open weed bar.
Don't say where it is
Oh no, I'm
because
not saying that.
this is not an open invite.
No, it's not an open
To
invite.
whoever is
Fuckers.
listening to the podcast, you cannot come and crash it.
There's a minimal amount of friends invited because our families are so fucking massive. It's unbelievable. It is
September
no
23rd, huh? Is that
next
what you
year.
said?
Yes. Yep.
2023. All right,
Yep.
that's easy. The 23rd and 23.
23, 23.
Hell yeah. Hell to the motherfucker, yeah. Let's go.
Fucking married bitches.
I'm happy for you guys. Let's fucking go.
We're in a
We
party.
love Reagan.
We love Reagan. No, I'm not gonna do that. Metal voice. We love Reagan.
All right.
That was a burp, not the fucking what that was supposed to be. Uh, get your money up, not your funny up.
Whoa.
You ever seen that video?
No.
No, you gotta look at.
But I love it.
This guy's walking out of a liquor. It's like, is this black guy walking out of a liquor store, and this guy's recording him, and he says something, and the guy goes,
Wow.
"Get your money up, not your funny up." And
Oh Jesus. I can't do that.
I was like, how do I
A
make
little
that
bit.
noise? All right,
It's like a
I
fucking
just saw something else.
dubstep drop.
We're trying to keep it kind of concise here. There's all right. We'll do it next episode.
No, it's okay. It's just that the hate went on way too long last week.
Yeah, I got. If any of you, I said this to Ian in the text, and even Reagan, we love Reagan again.
We love Reagan.
If any of you have ever watched Two Bears One Cave, it's Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, and lately even Tom has said it in interviews. It's just Bert talking the whole time, and I watched last week's episode, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm Bert. And I was like, I need to. Maybe I'm doing it right now.
First, you need to take your shirt off.
Well, no, he doesn't do that during the podcast, just his specials.
You don't know that.
His specials. I do. I watch the video episodes. Don't fucking question me. Let's keep it concise, Ian. Christ, it's a sports podcast.
Let's go. Best metal voice contest. Let's go. Just crazy fucking screams.
The hard drum beat soul.
Dude, someone's horn outside is literally it's like the fucking Dukes of Hazzard horn. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't know.
Am I committing
I can just
myself to
hear it
sunglasses
outside.
every episode now? Maybe. I have to get more sunglasses if I'm going to do that. I can't be wearing the same one, should I?
When you want to be ham.
Yeah. Everyone, not the hat, ma'am. But when the sunglasses are on, you're getting hammy. All right, you're getting hammy, and hammy's going to get you hammered.
I think that would be a cool segment. Welcome to ham. Welcome to ham. Instead of help, welcome to ham.
The audio.
You didn't. That sounded pretty good.
Okay, good. Because when I record and watch my audio waves now, I get close, or if I scream, I get all the way back, and I look at it, I just blew it out.
We probably spike several times.
This is an official audio warning. You might want to turn down your volumes, or don't.
The audio quality to be Skype level.
We'll get there. All right, get there.
We just need to be in the same room.
Yeah,
but that's
that
impossible.
Would really help a lot. Spotify, fucking hire us. We're hilarious. All right, what is this? Episode 5, 4?
Hey, we'll split a $100 million contract. We don't need $100 million each.
Look, I'll take 50,000 at this point. I'll take 1,000. I'll split $500 between.
If you give me $50 a week to do this podcast, I will accept that.
I'll take 20. Spotify, we're fucking hilarious. All right, I don't care what you think about us. We're hilarious. You gotta bend my.
Don't care what you think.
People are going to realize. Also, I should have told you this before, but I figured out a way where I can extract the audio from the video, so we can figure out just doing audio as well.
Okay, I mean, I figured it was pretty easy.
I can just do it again. I'll figure it out. We might just have to wait till I'm done school because school's kind of important at the moment. I passed my final clinical for the semester, not final clinical overall.
Let's go, Nurse RJ.
One day I might be taking care of one of you old fucks.
Oh, might be taking care of me.
Just don't be a bitch, all right? People in the hospital, bitches. You're not in the fucking Ritz-Carlton, people.
Dude, that's when we could do our podcast. If you're a doctor and I call into your office, we could just do it from the office.
No. Don't say I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm not doing that bit. I'm not doing that shit. I do basically the same shit a doctor does as a nurse, and I just get paid less.
No, but if you're a nurse, you're in there for an hour, and they'd be like, why did it take you an hour and a half to record someone's weight and height?
Oh, and blood pressure. Record in the hospital bed? Yes.
Like in the room,
Yeah, because we'll still be doing this podcast 50 years from now, hopefully.
We will be.
Or you have a heart attack 2 weeks from now, so we'll see.
That's a good possibility. I'm pretty sedentary.
I don't want to put that out into the world. I'm
pretty sedentary. It's not no.
Don't agree with me. No. I want you to vehemently disagree with me right now because that's horrible. I can't believe
I just want you to not be surprised when it happens.
I'll never be surprised. You can't catch me off guard.
All I do is eat greasy food and sit in the hotel room, and I don't really drink much during the week, but on the weekends,
It's Friday night and Saturday, Sunday. What?
Did you see that fucking SNL skit about the Black Eyed Peas making Boom Boom Pow?
No. How old is it? I mean, does anyone watch SNL anymore?
Well, no. This is just recent. I mean, it was an alright episode. It was the one where Lizzo hosted and performed. So this is 2 weeks ago, or last week or something.
Well,
but it was just later.
Don't spoil.
Oh, I'll just give you the premise. It's the Black Eyed Peas were given a template to make a song, and they came back with Boom Boom Boom, and they're like,
Boom Boom Pow.
Boom 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 was just the drum pattern that we gave you. You were supposed to come up with your own lyrics.
Was an interesting song. They had some good ones in the early days, and then the early days of the Black Eyed Peas were good, and then as it got later, it was like, the fuck are you guys doing? You're just
industry plant.
So
just money makers.
We'll move on to the next segment here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like shit. Next thing we're gonna fucking talk about. Remember before we started recording, we're gonna be like, maybe we'll be a little bit more on task because we want to be a little bit more concise this week.
Well, I just think that the hate was just like
No,
too
I'm
long.
just saying it's just never gonna happen. We're just gonna be.
If we're gonna keep going, that's fine. I just
Oh, I have no
I
concern
didn't have
about it
any hate,
whatsoever.
and you were just filled with hate last week, so I just let you go.
Yeah, I did. I was ready. I'm not ready to hate. I'm ready to do some loving this week. We need more love in this world.
We do.
Senor Juan, suck a fucking dick. You need to fucking come on this podcast, you motherfucker. It would be great fucking content.
John,
But you are not for the fucking content, you fucking pilgrim.
John, it's okay. I know that you like to spend time with your mother because she's all alone.
Now I feel bad. Be quiet. John, if you're spending time with your mother, it's okay. I apologize. I understand. My mother is also alone. Good congratulations. You just make your mother happy, but also just think about the content sometimes. Maybe you're electric, brother. You're really electric.
maybe you should bail on your family sometimes, John, and just
Fuck
come
the
and talk.
family.
Clip that.
Who cares about your fucking
Clip
bloodline?
that.
Get on here with your boys, you motherfucker.
We love you, John.
Yeah, we love you, John. Sorry, that was aggressive.
It was, but it's okay.
No, it's true. Spend time with your mother.
Rein the levels in.
Another post disclaimer about volume there.
Yeah.
On to baseball. On to baseball. So,
speaking of the Lakers, you think? Yeah, are you agreeing with me on my analogy in the first episode that baseball is sexy?
good. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube compilations lately. Not compilations, compilations. You can't find
you can't find those on YouTube.
So, and it happens a lot in the summer too, where like I don't like watching full baseball games on TV. I don't know. Do you agree? Like it's tough. It's not like other sports where it's kind of constant action and shit like that.
Absolutely, it's tough. It's so hard to watch on TV.
Yeah, but like I like watching compilations of like I recently watched one about balks. Balk is a crazy rule, by the way.
Do you understand it?
Kind of.
Because not a lot of people do.
Well, I think I kind of understand it. Like I watched one about an intentional balk. Hi, Poppy. All right, she's in the way. Here, let me. So she won't be. If you open the window, she won't care.
Was that the Kenley Jansen incident? The intentional balk.
I think it was a Dodger.
That's the. Yeah, Kenley Jansen. That's the only time I can ever recall seeing one.
Things up, baby. And he just basically took his back foot off the rubber, and it was something like. But I don't like because there's sometimes they call it a lot when you throw to. A lot of times it's a righty throwing to first base. I feel.
Yes.
Or vice versa, lefty throwing to third, and they have to do that turnaround. And I kind of get it, but there's some of them where I'm like, I don't really know. And the announcer's like, "Yep, that's definitely a balk," and I'm like, I don't know what to say. Is it something about him bending his knee, or I don't know?
Any motion associated with starting your windup and moving towards home base.
Yeah, that's
moving towards home plate is the big thing.
It seems like a fairly subjective rule, or objective. Is that the what?
Subjective.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, objective. You're right.
Yeah, objective rule for the umpires to determine where.
It is.
Most of them that I watched, the announcers were like, in that compilation on YouTube, they were like, "Yep, that's a balk," and I'm like, I don't know what the guy did.
It's tough. It's really tough to tell sometimes. When someone calls a balk, I'm like, I'm not sure how they could see that in real time, even if you can barely see it through the replay.
A lot of them I watched was like it was like weirdest ways to win a game kind of type thing. A lot of them were balls going off of someone's head, like Jose Canseco.
Yep.
Or like errors or shit like that, which is very. But anyway, back to like baseball being sexy. Like watching some of the stuff in slow mo because I ended up watching like great double plays or great plays and stuff like that. When you watch a lot of the replay, like the fielding, like not so much hitting, but a lot of the like great fielding in baseball, it's definitely very sexy. Like I got a semi chub and might have had a little bit of pre cum.
Hell yeah. Well, once
Hang on. You talk. I gotta pee. I told you I was gonna have to maybe pee a couple times here. Go ahead.
Hey, that's okay. Yeah, I already broke the seal, so I'm gonna have to go later too. But yeah, I mean, a balk is one of those things that's tough to tell. But when you watch so much baseball, you start to realize how much effort goes into that one single play and how perfect you have to be. And I'm going to repeat all this again when RJ comes back, but it's tough. It's tough for how fast the reaction you have to make and all that. But goddamn, baseball is sexy. And I'm glad that RJ is starting to agree with me. Because it just takes time. It really just takes time to be able to sit down and focus on it. That's the hard part, trying to focus on it. It's not very easy to focus on it, but when you sit down and focus on baseball, that's when it becomes sexy.
It's been nice to watch. Like once I go
Especially
back to Delaware, once I go back to Delaware, I'm probably gonna be able to watch. I'll probably get all like the Phillies games, which I'll be much more invested on. Also, the Phillies suck now. Well, we won't get into that or the Pirates.
They are sucking it up.
Yes. But like I'll just put on like one TV. Recently, I just watched the Batman, the new one. Great movie, by the way.
I want to watch that.
Oh, it's great.
Watch it tonight,
it's so
honestly.
good. You need to watch it. It's on HBO Max. It's amazing.
Yes.
Turn all the lights off. It's a very dark movie, like the other ones, because you need the lights off to see it. But I had that on one TV, and the other one I just kind of had another baseball game. And it's just nice to have like. Also, I have two TVs in my living room. Suck my dick, everyone.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I just love sports so much. I was like, I don't spend money on much other things other than.
I wish I had cable.
I just have YouTube TV.
Oh, I don't.
So I just have two TVs, and during football I have the two TVs, and the third one maybe sometimes. I just like football, so I just like sports. So I invested on more TVs to watch more sports at once. Anyway, it's just nice to have like a ball moving on your screen, and it's. Especially when a lot of the times I think it's MLB TV, well, not the subscription one, the free one or whatever.
Yeah.
Most of the time they're like rivalry games or bigger games, which is not a lot to say in the early in the season, but like they had Yankees Blue Jays on for a while, which was like interesting. They had Phillies Mets, so I got to watch them, and it's just nice to have sports on. That's all I'll say with that.
Yep. Blue Jays doing well so far.
But I definitely think I agree with you, especially in slow motion. Like, and this can part of this whole baseball talk can go into the end of our podcast discussion.
Well, I was gonna say one thing before we move on. The more you watch baseball, the more you're going to be looking at the pitch shapes, how the pitcher pitches, what arm slot he's pitching out of, how the hitters are able to take a ball that is 6 inches off the ground and launch it 400 feet.
That's true.
When hitters do that, that's max appreciation. Their hips just turn around. Their hips are basically facing the pitcher, and their bodies are like perpendicular, straight up perpendicular to their hips. And that's where all the power comes from. If you have that nice hip separation,
there's a lot of it.
Separation.
Yeah, there's a lot of it that's like it's very interesting. But like I said, like watching a whole game is tough, and I don't know what baseball can do about it. I know like the pitch clock or whatever helps, and so, but it's tough.
Coming next. Pitch clock is coming next year.
Oh, it's next year?
I think so, yeah.
And I think we talked about it last week. The shift isn't banning the shift isn't this year because I watched games and they saw the shift on.
Yeah, that's next year as well.
Which also I thought I liked that, but it's like also just just learn how to hit opposite field. Like you have such a gap, the opposite way of where you normally hit.
It
like
is.
Just practice. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said,
It
I
is.
don't know.
You would think that, these guys would be able to figure out a way to mitigate that.
They're professionals, get paid so
They got all
much
the time
money
in the
for a
world.
reason.
Maybe if they played less games, but I think
Yeah.
150 would be fine
Yeah.
instead of even instead of 162.
It is a lot, and I kind of get why it's a lot. Like I even think the NBA and NFL or not NFL, NHL seasons are a lot, but they're never going to cut games because then players are going to get paid less, and that's just not going to happen. Like they aren't going to want that. So I
No.
understand, but it's I don't know. As like a fan of all the sports, like honestly, even the one extra game in the NFL, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Never mind. I can't say that.
Yeah.
No. The NFL season's it's just so short. You're like, I just don't want it to end, and it just football's.
You're just like, I need one more. Give me one
I
more.
know.
Come
I
on.
know. So that's a good segue into the next thing where I want to talk about football. I kind of have a bit of a, like I said, I don't want to call it a soliloquy, but a bit of a speech kind of or whatever you want to call it with this. So. If you've seen recently in the news, Deebo Samuel has requested a trade from the 49ers, and a lot of other.
This is good either way for the Patriots.
A lot of other receivers and even skill position players recently have requested trades or want to be paid a lot. And so what I said about this before is I think this might lead to even more parity in the league, to be honest, because a lot of these players, I feel like obviously people want to win a Super Bowl and stuff, that's the dream, but these players, like especially the skill positions as far as running back and wide receiver go, they want to get their money because their careers for those players, especially running back, their careers are short. So they're
Yep.
much more willing after their rookie contracts are up to go to a worse team to get their money.
And that's how people end up on the Jets.
Well, but no, like that honestly. So
But
that's why I
even they're
think
so bad that no one wants to go there.
true. That's true. But I think it can help. Like so often, you get these elite quarterbacks out, like in the first top 10 picks or whatever, like Trevor Lawrence or whoever. They always go to terrible organizations because they're the teams that are always at the top of the draft. And I think this market now, where wide receivers just want to get their money, or running backs or whoever these skill positions want to get their money, they go to these organizations because these organizations are bad because they don't have anyone big to pay a lot of money to. So they're going to go to the teams who have the most cap space. And now you can see like these top tier wide receivers going to a Jacksonville, a Jets or something to get their money. And I think it can build the confidence of these young quarterbacks where like, obviously you have the outliers of like Peyton Manning. His first year was awful and he ended up being a Hall of Fame quarterback. But there's definitely some
But
quarterbacks that people
that's not a
thought.
regular though. Let's
No, no,
not
no,
put
no,
on that
no.
casino.
Where I'm saying a lot of these young quarterbacks, they go to an awful team and their confidence gets immediately shot in the first year because the team's just so bad in general. Where like even having like a great wide receiver, say like Devontae Smith went to the Jaguars, not Devontae Smith. Devontae Adams went to the Jaguars instead. Like having that reliable receiver that
Yeah.
it builds that young quarterback's confidence. Where I think it might, I do honestly, this isn't even like me getting heated. I honestly think it can build more parity within the NFL, where these young quarterbacks who end up in a bad situation and a bad franchise, you might get more of these skill positions, and not even skill positions. These players who just want to get their money, they end up on teams who are not historically great, and these young quarterbacks
Exactly.
might be set up better for the future. And I do think you're going to see more success for these quarterbacks that we have high expectations for.
Mm-hmm.
That's the realest you're going to get from me so far in this podcast. Like, I truly do think it can really affect things. I think the Jaguars should have maybe waited because they got Christian Kirk and whoever else. I think they should have maybe waited for. I don't think Tyreek Hill is ever going to go there because he clearly wanted to go.
I mean, but like, how much cap space do they have? They could still get Debo,
but yes, they can get them
and they
still.
can
But my
sign
my
him
point
to a new
is,
deal
you
without it,
have yeah.
affecting things too much. But they have a plan, and they want to they want to take advantage of the rookie contracts, I think,
That's what
before
I'm
they
saying.
start to spend too much.
Yeah,
to
you need
get
to
themselves in a
spend
bad position.
you need to spend money on these other like most of these wide receivers are I think most of their deals have been like 5 or 6 years, and you're going to get those rookie quarterbacks on their 5 year rookie deals where I think the fifth year is an option where you can re-up or whatever and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
can spend that extra money to, you know,
I think that's
that's like
first round. I think that's first round tender
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
is a fifth year option.
Which is where most of these like most elite quarterbacks are coming in the first, or most of these quarterbacks that have a lot of height are coming in. Where I think you have that cap, like if you're a bad organization, you're going to have a lot of that cap space where you can spend money on those receivers, the running backs, even the defense to build that confidence for your quarterback. And you have 5 years of that quarterback where you're not spending a lot of money on him. And you can really, you know, optimize your potential. And that's a lot of people have talked about like the Super Bowl windows recently have come from
Mm-hmm.
these young quarterbacks who have great skill. Like a lot of people say the Chiefs window has closed because Patrick Mahomes, he has that big contract now. I know I'm talking a lot again, but you get my point. Is like I think it can really open things up in the NFL. I'll end
But
it with
yeah,
that.
I think that the reason why I think that the Debo being available is good for the Patriots specifically is
Okay.
because I think that maybe I think well how I was gonna ask this, how's the Eagles cap space?
I don't know off the top of my head. I haven't looked. I don't think we have a crazy amount because we've got Hurts. I don't know if we're. I feel like we might still be paying part of Carson Wentz contract. Um, but like this is another thing that I said. Like you don't necessarily need a great quarterback necessarily to win Super Bowls. Like we had Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl. You have uh, I mean, Nick Foles, what is he doing now? He's a backup quarterback, and he's literally immortalized outside of the link. Like,
Well,
get those skill positions to
I'm
do
just
it.
thinking that the Patriots would rather draft a wide receiver than go after
Hmm.
someone like Debo, where they're gonna have to pay them, $100 million
And I
in
think
a
it's the
year or
opposite
two.
for us. I think it's the opposite for where we have shown that we cannot draft. I've seen some mock drafts where we draft
The Patriots can't
Scotty.
either. Don't get me wrong.
Not recently, but you guys are a much better organization than us overall, as far as
No,
history is
wide
concerned.
receiver has
Oh,
always been bad.
that's true. But like I've seen people having us draft this guy Drake London from USC, and it's like I don't want a Pac-12 wide receiver. Just draft the motherfuckers from Ohio State or Alabama.
Seriously,
There's so
seriously.
many of them.
I was
They
so
are
pissed.
never
I was
misses.
like, the Patriots, one of the projected picks is Traylon Burks. Just take Garrett Wilson. Just take
Yes.
David Bell. Just take John Dotson, please. Do
Yeah.
not go for
Even
this
yes. Even
unknown. I mean,
the
I'm a little bit higher on Traylon Burks now than I was at the end of this college football season. But I was just like, come on, just go for the name. You have to go for the name. They've always been trying to get like the under the radar wide receiver, like
you don't
N'Keal
need to do
Harry.
that.
He's about to be off the team. That was their last first round wide receiver was N'Keal Harry.
Yes. It's
Their
ridiculous.
second round or first round,
There's just
whatever.
there's a select group of schools, and we might even be biased with this maybe, but I think it's been proven in the NFL too. Like even Penn State players, like the very good Penn State players have been very good. Chris Godwin, I think
I was
Brisker's
going
going
to
to be
say
good. Dodson's going to
specifically
be
Penn
good.
State wide receivers.
Yes, they've been all been very good, and also why can't I think of his name? The linebacker on the Cowboys. What? I'm literally a Penn State fan, and I can't think of his name because he's on the Cowboys
Parsons.
now. Huh? Yeah, Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. Yeah.
He's great. Like there's a certain select amount
Paul
of schools.
Posluszny was from Penn State. He played for
There's
Jacksonville for like 12 years.
yeah, there's so many different and there's specific schools like you'd never draft a quarterback from USC. It has never worked. It has not worked. And Corey, shout out Corey, he argued with me about Sam Darnold, and I said he's gonna suck because he's a USC quarterback, and he's like that doesn't matter. It does. The Ohio State quarterbacks have not worked out, but Ohio State wide receivers, Alabama wide receivers, LSU wide receivers, these skill positions from certain schools, they matter. Just you cannot miss. And if you do
Can't trust
miss,
the Pac-12. Cannot trust the
no, you
Pac-12.
can't. Not anymore. And if you do miss on these receivers, it's like I will not be mad at you for drafting a Garrett Wilson, a Chris Olave, a Jameson Williams, or any of them. I will not be mad at the Eagles for drafting any of those players.
That's why Thibodeau is a risk to me.
I think
Who's
he
the
might
last
be.
the last
Penei Sewell's been pretty
who
good.
was that guy that came? It wasn't Sewell, but who was that guy that came from Oregon? It was like
Mariota?
maybe 10 years ago now. No, he was also he played the same. He was a defensive or a rusher. He was an edge rusher.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, I can't remember who it
I mean,
was.
there's been a lot of Oregon draft picks that have not been good. Denard Robinson didn't turn out to be very good. The guy that literally played with his shoes unlaced. I'm pretty sure he was on one of the last few covers of NCAA football. Like
The best player from Oregon has been the kick returner for the Eagles, who was drafted by Chip Kelly. I can't remember what his name was. Barnwell or Kenyon Barner.
Kenyon Barner,
Kenyon Barner, yeah.
something like that. He's not on the team anymore.
Well, I mean, like that's one of the best. Like he was on the team for a little bit, but like that's one of the more well-known Oregon players. You know,
we shouldn't necessarily slander Marcus Mariota too much because he did have a tough time in Tennessee, and I don't think I think he got sad or whatever. Maybe the first year of Vrabel being there, and I think he's better than Ryan Tannehill, 100%. But Tannehill,
I don't know if he didn't beat him out. He didn't beat him out.
I think Tannehill fits their system more, is what it is.
Probably. I mean, yeah, you're right, but
no, I don't know. Obviously, we're not NFL GMs for many reasons, but there's definitely GMs out there that like you're like, what are you doing? Why are you like? There's select schools and positions from certain schools that you just know are always going to work. Is my point with this. There's your NFL draft preview. We're gonna do a reaction on Friday next week. Let's move on. Unless you have something.
I was just gonna say it's even though we're not GMs, it is always important to have the fans' perspective. Even if we're complete idiots.
No, I completely agree. I completely agree because you know what? Even though we're complete idiots, I would say at least 70% of the time we're kind of right. When we drafted Jalen Reagor to the Eagles, all of us were like, who the fuck is that? What are we doing? Justin Jefferson was sitting right fucking there. I think as much as I hate Carson Wentz to this point right now, he would still be here and we'd be a much better team because we had Justin Jefferson, because he actually had someone to fucking throw to. I don't necessarily blame Carson Wentz a lot, but he was a mental midget like Ben Simmons. And it's just ridiculous that
yeah.
Who the fuck is Jalen? And JJ Arcega-Whiteside is going to be a fucking tight end now.
Oh my god!
I wasn't coming in with hate. There's no more hate. We're done.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'll leave you with the last bit.
I just wanted to say, you remember that conversation we had in episode 1 about Jay Wright he was going to be one of the greatest college coaches ever? Joke's on us. That old ass retired. Fear not, he's not going to the NBA. He's going home.
Don't count that out yet. I'm not hoping for it, but I've heard Lakers and Knicks, and if he goes to either one of those, I'm going to be devastated. Lakers. I hope he doesn't.
Oh, the Lakers.
I've also heard the Sixers' current head coaches might be the Lakers' next head coach. Congratulations.
Wait,
you have now adopted. Yeah, you've now adopted the worst part of our team. So, no,
if they don't win, yeah.
You know what's funny about this whole Jay Wright thing is I think I've talked about on here multiple times and stuff. Like I'm very online and very on Twitter. Like I follow all the, big names to follow for news and stuff like that, like Schefter and all those like Woj and all that. And I follow Rothstein, who's the big NCAA guy for basketball. And my mom, who barely is ever on like Twitter or anything at all, like she doesn't even know what Twitter Spaces is. I'm like, she's like,
I don't know what Twitter Spaces is.
Okay, so yeah, I'm very clearly much more on Twitter than anyone else like in the world at this point. It seems like she sends me the screenshot of Rothstein saying, "Jay Wright is rumored to retire," and I'm like, "No fucking way." And she's like, "Well, maybe it's just not true." And I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. I'm like, Mom, that's Rothstein. Like, he doesn't get shit wrong. Like,
yeah.
Like I
Damn.
was
Yeah, that
so
was kind
hyped
of
up.
like a little
I
bit of a
was,
blow to our first episode, huh?
but you know what? He didn't do that bullshit like Coach K. Coach J decided to retire, and he didn't do this fucking dumbass retirement tour thing. He said, "Look, man, I'm out." And people are bitching about like the recruits and stuff coming in. I feel like he might have mentioned something to some of them, probably, but maybe he didn't. And maybe after the season, he was like, "Look, man, I'm old. I just want to like hang with my kids or whatever."
Yeah, I want to go play golf. Like, fuck that. Yeah, I mean, like, I want to play golf
Fuck
too.
all of the haters.
I'm going to play golf at my buddy's bachelor party this summer.
Gonna fucking
Like, I want to play some fucking golf.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Are you peeing again? Oh, RJ's bladder is so small. Is he actually going to the bathroom though? I don't know. I can't tell what he's doing.
Sorry, my phone was on like 1%. Um,
Oh, I
yeah,
was like,
I had
do you have to go to the bathroom again?
no, I
Like,
had to go plug my phone in. It's like I don't have the notes in front of me. I think Jay Wright, and then what was next? You're gonna have to tell me.
the Sixers looking pretty good. They're
Yeah,
about to sweep the Raptors.
I'm very excited for tomorrow. I don't work tomorrow. It's the first Saturday I haven't worked in a while, and I'm gonna be
There
very
we
excited.
go. What time is that game? Because I'll
Two.
probably. Oh, it's at 2 o'clock.
Yep.
Ah, man, John doesn't get off till like 6.
That motherfucker.
He could have done it tonight. What if he's at home right now, just sitting there?
Probably. I'll be sitting there. He's probably giggling, doing his fucking Windex laugh.
Taking some fucking dabs.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why you're laughing so much. He does it when he's hammered. Anytime John's hammered, you really get him laughing. He goes, and he sounds like a fucking Windex bottle. I'm like, John, you gonna clean my fucking windows or like what? And he's just fucking giggling at you, and you're like, it's impressive that I'm not fucking dying too because
That's.
I know why you're laughing so hard because you know exactly what laugh I'm talking about. John has many laughs, but
That's
exactly what it sounds like. Look. It's not Windex. It's fucking generic brand bullshit. But tell me if it doesn't sound like John when he's fucking laughing when he's drunk. I mean, that's not as that's not
It's
as
like it's like an empty Windex bottle.
yeah.
Oh, those
Good.
too good.
Honestly, the store brand is better. I just sprayed cleaner.
I've never heard his laugh described as that, but that is
I don't know.
100.
I don't know
It
how I
is
haven't
1000% accurate.
because he has like a normal laugh, and then it's only when he's like the edge of blacking out, and it's like you get him to
No,
laugh.
it's
He's like,
just it's multiple times.
that's true.
It's just him laughing really hard.
It's just it. He just decides to break it out, and you're like,
I love it. I love it.
I just got cleaner all over my floor now for that, and it didn't sound like that at all. But you know, and everyone knows.
Yeah,
You get that.
speaking of loving that laugh, I think we should go on to loving the best of sounds in sports. RJ, what's your favorite sound in sports?
My favorite sound in sports. I'll tell you what. This sound. This sound could make me come with a micro dick. Like when it's really cold and you're out in the like climbing Everest and your dick is literally inside of you, I could still explode listening to this sound. You ever hear a fucking slap shot in hockey that fucking tings off the post and goes in? It can't miss. The ting off the post and missing is fine, but it's gotta go ting and go in and then the goal horn right after. It is
Oh, okay. The
hockey
ting and
porn. I have a video on my Snapchat, like saved videos or whatever that has it. I'll probably put it out as a clip somehow if I can put it together or whatever. and it's perfect. It's this guy. He winds up from like the top of the circle, fucking slap shots it, and it's just ting. It's the oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes. That is
Oh
so.
yes, it makes me happy. It's so perfect. And like we said last week, Shohei Ohtani's home runs.
Do you know what one of my favorite sounds in sports is?
Give me a hint.
Ice.
The Ice Bucket Challenge?
Oh,
No, I don't know.
here's another hint.
Oh wait.
Stones.
The Stone Cold Steve Austin? The
No.
crack of the glass?
No, getting further away, but I like that.
No, you go ahead. I have no idea.
The sweeping of curling. Go, 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 go. The sweeping.
Do you see this hat that I'm wearing?
Curling.
Do you look at my hat? Do you think I give a fuck about curling?
It's not about curling, it's about sound.
I want to end this episode now. The fact that curling was even mentioned, curling's great, like just to watch at like 3 a.m. The first time I ever watched curling,
that sound isn't so soothing.
No, the sound you're describing is me shaking a TikTok, or like not TikTok, a fucking case of Tic Tacs.
Getting closer. You're getting closer.
I've never been more disappointed in you. I feel like a father who just learned that his son. Never mind.
What?
Just
nothing. Huh?
That his son doesn't.
What? Is awesome?
Like sports. Doesn't like sports.
Is cultured?
I have no reaction. I'm just gonna go on. All right, that was congratulations. You made it. You had a great joke answer. What's the real answer?
What's the real fucking answer? I'm not joking.
Is that the only answer you had for this? Do you have anything else?
What, do you think I came up with a backup for the best sound?
I thought we'd at least have a couple. I was leading with my top one. I do have a backup.
It's a 102 mile per hour fastball hitting a glove, but like
in an enclosed building. It sounds way better inside.
When it's completely silent and it's like the last strike. Oh, dude. 102, last strike looking in the glove. When it hits that leather and the ump goes, strike! Come on.
I mean, yeah, that's good. I just can't believe I came up with such a great like topic, and you led with curling. Like I led with such a great sound, and you said curling. I'm so.
Are you not entertained?
This was supposed to be a love segment, and I want to murder you. I want to drive down, and I want to murder you. I want to.
Please come to Harrisburg right now. We will go to Evergreen. Actually, you probably won't be able to.
I know Evergreen. I've been there.
I know you've been there,
yeah,
but
and I'll murder you there for that. I'm so mad at you. I've never
not for drinking a beer with marshmallow in
it. No, I don't. No. Fuck you. I hate you right now. That was so egregious. You have nothing else. You have that and a fastball. I had like two more at least, and I'm not even going to say them anymore because you ruined this segment. What's next? Then my phone's charging.
Wait, I ruined the segment?
Yeah, you ruined it. What's next?
With a creative answer?
No.
That I think is extremely satisfying?
No, fuck you. What's next? I'm done with you. I'm ready to. What's next? Let's get this show over. I can't believe you.
Well, the next segment is the hardest sport. You said you might get mad here, but you're already mad.
I said I might get mad? I thought you added that.
No, you added that. That was there.
All right, maybe the curling sound's not so bad the more I think about it, but it's. All right, fine. I'll add an obscure sound, which isn't even actually a sound, technically. And for people who don't do swimming,
not a sound technically.
It's kind of an absence of sound, to be honest. So maybe, all right, I'm going to add my egregious take. The like,
That's not egregious. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I would love to hear people's feedback on it. I'm going to clip this tomorrow. I'm going to clip your fucking curling take, and I'm going to put it out on Twitter for all our 14 followers. And I'm gonna text people the clip, and I want their, and we're gonna come back with that answer. But for all you non-swimmers, and even people, this can, I think non-swimmers will appreciate this because everyone tunes into the Olympics every 4 years to watch swimming. The second, maybe 2 seconds after the starter says "take your mark" of just dead silence, and then the roar of the crowd after the that's amazing. It is an absence of silence and then an immediate burst of silence. Yeah, it's great. It's better than fucking curling.
I'm just approaching it from a different angle.
You know what? I'm doing a 180.
It might be more ASMR is what I'm going for. You're thinking of like feel overall.
Yeah, I'm talking about sounds that you feel in your fucking nuts. But
Your nuts have ears?
Yes, they do. They also have fucking nerve endings, so you can feel shit. I said feel, not hear. I was so ready. I had such a good day.
Wait, why? Why are you so mad? Why are you so
I had such a good day, and I said, I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna not be so hateful. I'm ready for love. And
you're gonna let me talk.
You came to the table with curling as the great.
You're gonna let me talk on our podcast.
Yeah, because I said earlier I talked a lot, and I like I said, I might be kind of coming around where it is kind of soothing, but I'm just still mad that was your top.
This
like that
is
was the
gold.
The fact that it's the first thing you came, like it wasn't 2 or 3, like 2 would have been acceptable. The fact that it was number 1 is just this, like, I can't even put it in words how upset I am with you. I was like, we're going to talk about hockey and baseball and maybe like, I don't know, something about football or the crack of the pads of football, swish of a net and basketball, maybe obviously some of the more cliche things. And you came to me with fucking curling. I cannot believe your dick-headedness. Like, I'm looking at you and all I see is the head of a penis with headphones on and glasses.
My name isn't Dick for no reason.
Your name is Dick. That is reason. That is why you're Dick. Dick. Welcome to the Hammy and Dick show, exclusive for this week. We might see Dick come out. The Hammy alter ego has come out, and clearly the Dick alter ego has come out because you're a cock.
I thought that was just a creative answer, and I thought maybe you might agree with me, but I guess not.
Like I said, I'm kind of agreeing.
Holy shit!
I'm kind of agreeing with you the more I think about it, but I'm also just mad that it was your first choice. Like, make it number 2. Give me a buffer between that and.
I'm sorry, I'm too creative, RJ.
Oh, my favorite noise is when the skeleton people in the Winter Olympics go down the fucking skeleton slope.
You know what? That's not bad either.
It's not. I like it. It's pretty. That's one of the more impressive sports. They go so fast. I think they're gonna die all the time when they bump.
The women are going 70 miles an hour. Like, that's insane. That's crazy. I would never be able to do that.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize, but I just couldn't believe that was what you let off with. I hope people agree with me. Honestly, I hope more that people disagree with me.
This is what we need more of. That was gold. Dude, I mean, like,
I've never been more disappointed in a person in my life.
Do you even want to do hardest sport at this point? Because that'll take another half an hour.
No, we're done. I'm so done with you. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm also so done with you. We're good. We're a shorter podcast tonight because we waited for John to respond. John, we still love you, but God, like, help us out, man. You're electric. We would love to have you on here. I hope you.
I think this is perfect time, like just over an hour.
Yes.
Like within an hour, not more than an hour and a half. I think
If
hour 10 minutes.
yes,
Perfect.
if John hops on next time, we won't do hardest sport. Next episode.
I think John joining in on hardest sport might be good.
I want a baseball hardo to join in on it because they go so fucking hard for baseball, and it's like you literally have some of your best players are fat, like literally obese. Like on
We're talking about hardest sport, not hardest thing to do in sports.
no. People argue baseball is the hardest sport because obviously there are some
hitting a baseball. No. Stop.
Yes, it's hard.
Stop right there. Hitting a baseball is literally the hardest thing you can do in sports.
Yes, I agree.
You don't have to be athletic. It's not the hardest sport. It's not the hardest sport.
No.
It's the hardest thing to do in sports.
I'll even disagree with that. There's sports where you literally get fucking punched and kicked in the face and choked out. And then our sport, swimming, that we did, you literally do everything everyone else does with endurance without being able to fucking breathe. You can't breathe. You have to figure out people can't even swim, Ian.
Guess what, RJ, stop. I know. I agree with you. But stop. A good batting average is hitting the ball 30% of the time. In what other profession is 30% great? If you're hitting the ball 30% of the time, you are considered good. Very, very good. If you have a 300 batting average. 30% doesn't hold up in any other sport.
Are you done?
I am done. Are you done?
Fair enough.
I love you. RJ?
I love you too, Ian. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We love Reagan too.
Yes,
it's all good.
Of course. John, we love you too, but come on, man.
John,
help us out.
It'll be good. You'll join when you're able to join.
It sounded like he was able to, and he just decided to do other things.
Sounds like he wanted to hang out.
John, what the fuck? Oh, yes, I forgot about that aspect of it. I'm so sorry.
And he doesn't always get Friday nights off. I was actually very surprised he had tonight off.
Oh, now I feel like a total dickhead. John, I love you. I'm so sorry.
I'm shocked he has tomorrow night off too, which we're going out.
John, I'm so sorry. I really want to apologize for my actions and my words that I said about you. I didn't mean it. I hope you listened and didn't turn it off. If I get a text from you in the middle of you watching this episode, I understand. I'm just going to tell you to keep watching. I'm so sorry. I love you so much. You still look like a pilgrim, though.
Can we figure out how to put an outro on this one?